record this. All right. So like I was saying, um, we've built models that can now, okay, speaking about financial backstories, right? So over a period, for all of us that use bank applications, there's a way the bank has had a trend on what's the highest amount of transferred since we became a customer, and what's the highest amount. The lowest amount was actually like transferred. So there's like a cut line, there's a baseline, there's a middle point behind what we earn as customers from the larger amount to the lower amount. Now, what this has done is if tomorrow, which is why in Nigeria now, if tomorrow you now transfer or you receive an alert of an amount that looks a bit overboard, banks can actually have to call you and now say, sorry, we saw that you actually transferred this amount and you might need to come to the bank or something of some sort. This is because they sense an anomaly in your transfer. But we're saying, you know what, eliminate the need to call the bank transfer. Excuse me, I don't know, my network went off. Please confirm you can hear me. Please confirm you can hear me. Oh, good. So like I was saying, we built models that can already detect the presence of an anomaly in a customer transaction. Today, we built models that can, oh, this is very interesting one that even I built it myself very recently. So I'm a Chelsea football fan, right? And I mean, I know if you're a football fan here, I know this is not been good for us, but I mean, regardless, I'm still a Chelsea fan. But that's not where I'm going. So where I'm going is, so I built a model, a time series model that you could use to track likelihood of winning. Please mute your mic, Yusuf. Thank you. Likelihood of my club winning a football match. Now, this is based off on previous scores and match data. And I built this in less than 10 minutes. And I built it out an accuracy of, I think, about 87, 88, 89%. And I'll show you all this in a minute. I'm expecting someone from AI in Nigeria to join this call. Please just give me a minute. So, one more minute too. I need to send a message to the community. Um, just give me a minute. Please 1 minute. Please one. All right, good. Okay. So, like I was saying, and this is what we'll be talking about. And because we also know that the narrative that everybody has been projecting is that AI is coming to replace people's jobs, which is what we took a different approach towards. And I'll explain. So every industry or company already has an internal data system, a data scientist, a data team, data analytics team, analysis team, all of those systems are in place. So when we now say we build an infrastructure that can make data analysis faster, model building easier, we're saying what happens to those teams that are already existing in this industry? So we're saying it is built such that you can integrate the Autogon system into an existing infrastructure. What it does is it makes your team more efficient. It doesn't replace your team. Makes sense? Which is why we partner with AI in Nigeria and we said, you know what? We want these guys to just be able to build on. Now, when I say being integratable into other systems, now I'll explain. Every problem in the finance space today is a problem of data and how it is being utilized for various use cases, right? From customer satisfaction to rate of service as to maybe bank transfer. So you're checking what's the bounce rate when you're transferring into an application. But you want to improve your customer service system. Okay, what's satisfactory rates? All the things I'm mentioning are functions of data. Make sense? And I'm saying we now say, you know what, we built a system where these guys just need to bring the data set into the platform, build a model, if that's what you want to build. Now, if you want to build something on the data front of finance, remember I mentioned in that communication that your your project is not limited to the Autogon technology, but we're giving you the technology as a baseline for you to be able to build upon and make your project more efficient. And when I mentioned being able to integrate it into an existing system, what I meant by that is there's an API end to the product. So you can now, maybe for the technical guys on this call, you could now call the APIs, build a wonderful user interface, and give us something interesting. Of course, after this call, I'll be sending more communications to your Discord channel, and I'm hoping everybody on this call is already on the Discord channel. If you're not there, go check your emails and join that channel, because after this call, I'm going to have to check to get everybody. More communications will happen on the Discord channel. So let me show you all the stories I've been saying in like a minute. I'll just share my screen. Okay. So please confirm that you can see my screen, please. Please confirm you can see my screen. Oh, good, good. Okay, so I'll just go to my Autogon console. So this is how the Autogon platform looks. Trust me when I say it's, please, you guys have to excuse me because I have Qatar. I apologize. I might need to use my inhaler on this call. I'm really struggling to speak properly. Oh, why is this place dark like this? Okay, so this is the Autogon console. This is what it looks like. So we'll just do something real quick so that it doesn't look like I probably just showed you what I already like built before, right? So just so like I mentioned, when we're saying in the finance space as well, you're not limited to core financing as a data-driven finance. So another front on the Autogon platform is we have a customer relations auto-generated AI-powered bots. These bots can be built to respond to customer queries based off on data set that you fill it with. I might have to show you how to do this in a bit, but I'll just show you I'll just show you what I meant by the model front of the platform. So just give me a minute. So this is cargo, right? And I'm just going to go to data sets, and I want to take something in the finance space. Just give me a minute, please. So I want to filter this with finance. So we're going to look at a very interesting problem in the finance space that we want to solve right on this call. I promise you. Okay. Oh, finance loan approval prediction. Oh, this is interesting. So this data set is a data set that deals with, I'm guessing, loan approval and all of those things. Sorry. Now, if you read the description of data sets, we're saying the company wants to automatically automate please excuse me for a minute. Wants to automatically be able to approve loans, right? Based off on some preset parameters. Now you can see what's the word? You can see the parameters, gender, marital status, um, you can see number of dependents, you can see all of those things, credit history. So we're going to download data sets and we're going to build a model that would help make this prediction better. So we're going to download this data set now. Okay, I'm going to save it on my local machine. Okay, so this is our data set. We're going to just open it. Okay. So of course, this is our test data and our train. So if you're a data enthusiast here, you should know that your test data is what you use to now test predictions, and your train is to train your model. That's how Cargo categorizes their own data sets. Okay, I think I'll just open it so we can see. Now, can you see loan ID, gender, married, dependent, number of dependents, education, self-employed, applicant's income. Now, I think this country is India, so I'm guessing these figures are in rupees, right? Now you can already see that even below here in Cargo itself, they already showed like the data sets and the variables in the data sets. So we have co-applicants income. Just a minute, please. We have loan amounts. We have loan amount terms. Now, this is terms has to be number of days to pay. So when you take that set from Cargo, you have to go and check so you are sure of what each parameters mean. This will guide you to be able to solve the problems properly. So we have credit history. So since it is numerical, I'm guessing credit history is more like the credit score, property area, and loan status. Now, loan status is yes, no. I want to build a model that would help us to automatically approve loan for an applicant, checking all those parameters given. So just give me a minute. Let me just extract this now so that I can put it into my Autogon console. Okay, good. Now, when I come back to my Autogon platform, we're ready to get that set that wants to approve loan. I will come to my project. Now, mind you, for all of us that will be participating in this hackathon, we would be giving free credit to you to be able to use the platform, and you even have access to request for more credits so that you can build interesting stuff. We're really excited to see what you build with the platform. So I'm just going to create a project, and I'm going to call the project loan approval for Indians. I'm going to say a project about loan approval for Indians. I'm going to create this project. So remember that we said we had a lot of parameters. Remember that, so let's put these parameters in mind when we now start to build so that we'll be sure of what we're doing. So I need everybody to be with me and follow through what I'm trying to show them. Now, with the Autogon platform, we offer a very interesting suite of products in the data front of what we do. And there are three major ones. Studio Wizard, this accommodates every level of technical expertise. If you're a novice, in fact, I'll be building this model with Studio Wizard. You can use Studio to build models. You can use Labelcraft to build visual models. Now, when I mentioned that we built models that can detect hemorrhage in a brain CT scan, we built these models using Labelcraft. I remember earlier that I mentioned something about us also having a system that is integratable. Integration happens with the pipeline, which is the last suite of our product. Let's just build this model real quick. So before I do that, I'll just launch. And I will select so we don't have an existing data set because I've not imported that data set. So I'll just come to this place and I'll create a data set. I want to call it loan approval data sets. I'll call it a data set about loan approval. Okay. About loan approval in India. And I'm just going to come and choose a file from here. And I'm going to pick, remember we're using our train data. I'm going to pick our train data set. And I'm going to just continue since the file upload is successful. And as you can see, some interesting stuff are happening on the side. Can you see? Uploading data sets, reading data set. Can you see? Setting target feature, characterizing them, and all of that. Now let's check this data set very interestingly. Now, can you see? We have loan ID, we have gender, we have married status, we have education, we have are you self-employed, we have co-applicant income, which means if you're husband and wife, all of those parameters, loan amount and loan term, right? And we want to build a model using what parameter? Oh, there's one more. Credit score history. Can you see? Property area and loan status. Now, loan status is what we want to build a model for, to be sure that when you check those other parameters, you're sure that the person you are granting the loan to is the right person, right? So, we want to be the model of that. So, when they now bring in other new information of another person, the model already checks those preset parameters and approves loan. I'm going to do this. So, because if you checked let me just show you this real quick. I hope I can still find it. Oh, I wanted to show us something real quick. Oh my God, sorry, I wanted to show us something real quick. So this will have to run again. 1 minute, please. I wanted to show us the kind of variable that loan status is. You could see that he wrote Boolean. Now, if you look at this very well, when I pressed on, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I guess. And then when I clicked on 2, 11, 12, 13, what we are concerned about is the loan status. That's what we're concerned about, the loan status. And we want to be able to build a model that grants loan automatically after checking all those other models, right? Now, if you look at the variable type, it said it's a Boolean. It's more like it's a categorical data set. Makes sense? So we're doing this. We're now building a model to train status, those status we want to approve loan for an applicant when you check those other parameters. So if it is a Boolean, the most relatable. Now, the reason why you have to understand your data set is because you need to be sure the kind of problem you're trying to solve. You need to be sure that you understand the kind of problem that you're trying to solve. So we're going to make this, we're going to make this, we're going to make it a category, a classification problem because yes, no is a classification. If it's not yes, it's no. And our training target is loan status. We're going to call this model loan approval model. And we're going to train. Now, this training, so far, everything I have done, I've not written a single line of code. Neither have I said something that is totally out of the ordinary. This is what we're building with Autogon. We're building a platform that, and I promise you, your model has just been built. Now, check some very key metrics here. Watch this. Now, the accuracy of this model is 0.8. It is pretty low. And let me tell you why this is this low. It is low because of the data set that we have. When we were checking the data set and we were visualizing it, we had a lot of missing values. So we had little numbers of data sets to actually work with. Can you see this? The accuracy is pretty low, 0.8. Now you can improve this by now looking for more data sets with the same frame parameters and do the same thing. Now, it has visualized its prediction with what we call a confusion matrix. If you're a statistics grad or undergrad or you've done statistics, you would know, sorry, what the confusion matrix is. The confusion matrix is what classifies predictions into their true class, their false class. And your true positive is 24, and you can imagine how much your true negative is 124. That data set itself is very faulty. Mind you, I just picked it from Cargo, it is not in my power. But we can improve this accuracy by now looking for more data sets to now retrain. The platform allows you to do that. But even with this accuracy, let's now check the variable importance. What is important to approve loan? We see that loan ID takes a very important parameter. Credit history. In fact, married dependent income is not even a factor to approve loan, but loan ID and credit history are two very, very important variables to actually what determine if loan will be approved or not. And this is what we built Autogon. And this is the power of the platform. I'll just stop sharing. Okay. And this is what we built with the Autogon platform. This is the power of what we built. And this is what we're saying you should leverage on. Of course, there are other parts to it, but because it's supposed to be a short orientation call, this is, of course, not limited to your own um not limited to your own ideas. This is just a Dylan, this is just a please on your hotspot, please. Not limited to your own ideas. This is just a way to just explain. Sorry, sorry, I apologize for my network glitches. I really apologize. So literally that is the whole idea behind what we built and how it would aid your projects and your hackathon. But enough of my talks. So if you have any questions, I will give you the floor of 2-3 minutes for you to actually like speak. So do we have any questions from anybody? I would grant questions and clarifications and all of those things. And yeah, we'll have other conversations happening on the channel. So is there any questions from anybody?
Yes, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Uh, Thank you very much for the walkthrough and the explanation. My
Mhm.
question is why you were trying to classify that loan using Autogon. Like, do we
Yes,
have the chance of choosing the kind of model
of,
classifier we want to use?
of course, of course, of course. You can see that this classifiers had options. Did you see when I did the drop down? You have options,
Yeah.
and Studio Wizard is just a way to do it. You could even use the studio to have more flair. Of course, you have options to choose whatever classifier you intend to use. That's not an issue. After now, I want to be sure everybody on this call has joined the Discord channel because I'll be sending communications there, tutorials that can help you do all of these things with the platform and do it faster. So yes, you can have classifiers of yourself, of your choice.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So anybody with any other question? Okay, so if there's no question. I'd like to mention that the timing is actually short. We expect you to have your projects ready by 22nd. For those in Lagos, we'll be picking a few people with interesting projects to come down to the hubs that we're partnering with in Lagos so that you can demo and hopefully get incubated because we intend to actually incubate some of these projects if they are interesting and impressive enough for us. So yeah. So another thing is for some of us on this call, are we representing like our team members or are we standalone people? Because you can mention in the chat if you're representing your team, because this turnout is actually very low. I sent it to about 83 applicants and I got just 7 on the call. This is not really good for the kind of price money we're willing to give out. I don't think this is encouraging, to be very honest. So are you joining on behalf of your team or are you joining on your own? Please reply in the chat if you're joining on your own or you're joining from your team. So I'm sure and I can report back some numbers to the team in-house. Okay, I'm not getting any response in the chat. So I'm assuming that everybody's on their own. They came as standalone teams. And oh, you're joining. Oh, interesting, interesting. Well, I mean, regardless, what we're trying to do here is we don't even we you have. And please, I confirm you're also on the Discord channel as well. I need to make sure that people on this call are on the Discord channel. Are we all on the Discord channel? Just Ayomide, use them. I hope I got that name correct. Are you on the Discord channel? Yusuf, Infinix Smart. You're not able to join. Okay, I'll just share the link on this chat now so that you can join. Mhm. I'll just share the link on this chat now so that you can join. Just give me a minute. 1 minute, please. I'm trying to get the link. Okay, so join the Discord channel. So I just sent the link to join Discord channel. So for those that have not joined, please join via this link. It's very important that you join because communications will be happening. And very importantly, I think we have some people just joining. And so, but to be very honest though, we're planning a whole lot of big stuff with this hackathon. And honestly, like I mentioned, we plan to. Rashid, please, you want to mute your mic? Thank you very much. We plan to we plan to incubate some of these products so they could actually go on to be standalone platforms and applications and even get some sort of grants to, I mean, grow the product further, right? So yeah, I want us to be punctual, be very keen to the course. I'll probably share recordings to people that missed this call, but those that were on this call, I really appreciate you guys for joining. And I think it's interesting that people want to really change the world. And I honestly cannot wait to see the very interesting stuff that you all churn out. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I will see you all on Discord channel. And please, you will also expect another email from me in the coming days, right? Thank you all and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.